The types of questions asked in reading are, maybe you already know. If not, then let me tell you that there are multiple choice questions. There is yes, no, not given, true, false, not given, match the heading, match the information, diagram labeling, sentence completion, summary completion, note completion. So, more or less, it is designed to assess the understanding of student of the passage. So various types of questions are asked to assess the understanding, and invariably it is testing the knowledge of English of a student. Now, what I want to say is, when it is asked yes, no, not given, I request you to please write yes, no, not given. If I'm talking about India, especially in Maharashtra, I don't know the other parts of India because I've not taught there or I've not studied there. So, in my school or schools around me, if they were asked yes, no, not given, we would also write true, false, not given. It was understood that yes and true was one and the same. But please, I request you, my dear students, not in IELTS. If they say yes, no, not given, then you have to write yes, no, or not given. If it is true, false, not given, you have to write true, false, not given. Another thing which I've already specified in my listening section, that if the answer required is one word only, so please write one word only, no more than two words. So please don't exceed your answers to more than two words. You strategize your answer in such a way that you write only one word or only two words. For me, there are two styles I would like to solve my reading passages, and that is either I read the whole passage and then answer the question. For me, I really feel comfortable that way because I know the content in the passage. I know what is the passage about, what is it asking, what is it demanding, what is the writer trying to tell in the passage, and what is the analytical point and critical point in the passage. But I've noticed over the years that many students aren't comfortable that way, and one of the problems they face is they forget what they have read through the passage, because on the day of the exam most of the students are quite nervous. It's unnerving for them. It's a fashion in India to be nervous for exam. I mean, you can't be just cool about it. It's not okay. There's something wrong with you if you're cool about it. So, despite my continuous request to students to stay calm, they become nervous and they feel that they are not able to read the entire passage, or even if they read, they don't understand what is written, or if they understand, then it's taking longer than they thought of, or even if they have read it on time and they have read it entirely, they forget the content of it. So it does not make sense. Again, they have to read when after reading every question. So I don't dictate any style. I would request students to build up their own style. They can try all the styles during practice session, during preparation time, that they read the entire session, entire passage, and then try to answer the question, or read a question and go passage wise, paragraph wise, and try to answer the question. So there is no definite style into that. Whatever you do, you must understand English, you must understand what is the question, what are they trying to ask, and where your answer could be, which paragraph, and what is your answer. So to begin with, I would request at least to read the title of the passage. Please read the title of the passage and just take few seconds to think about the title. What is the title? Why is this the title of the passage? What is the writer trying to say? Why did the writer chose this title for the topic? And do I know more about this title? It is said that it will generate more interest in the topic and you would want to know more about the topic. Like, suppose it is talking about Cox. Suppose the title is Cox, or we take another topic that is Mega Fires of California. So if I read this title, Mega Fires of California, and I wonder what is it about, why there are mega fires in California, and why has the writer chosen this title, Mega Fires of California. What do I know about Mega Fires of California. And if I don't know anything and then I pose a question to my own mind that what do I want to know about it? How, when did it happen? What did it happen? Does it happen regularly? What are the causes? What are the solutions? What have been the US government doing? It is supposed to be a superpower. So this generates my interest to read the passage. That is how it is very important to read the title of the passage, and sometimes there are captions given which gives you a big idea, a major chunk of idea about the passage, which would help you in great deal. Now another thing is that every paragraph, it is understood this way, that every paragraph is designed in such way that every paragraph can have a title and a definition of the title and the description of the definition. I mean, each paragraph, now suppose there is mega fires of California and this passage has around 8 paragraphs. Now for first thing is, what is it? So the first paragraph, the title will be what is mega fires and why only in California. The next could be some research done by some scientists. Next paragraph. So it is again, that paragraph itself becomes a kind of what do you call, independent topic. If you keenly look into it, you will find this, and it is quite interesting, and it makes reading passages and cracking the IELTS reading very, very interesting. So here we are. I hope it has been useful to you, and it's my pleasure to guide you and help you. If you have any further questions, you can please leave your questions in the comment box, and remember, practice, practice, practice English for IELTS. Thank you. Have a nice day. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this video.